Hello everyone, welcome to another React related tutorial. So if you are trying to build your React app in 2025 then and you want to use Bootstrap 5, if you are already familiar with the Bootstrap framework, so how to do that we'll see in this video. First thing that we have to do is we have to use Vite. Vite will help you. Vite is a blazing fast front-end build tool, so it will help you a lot in seeing something, whatever changes you are making. It is very fast. So all you have to do is go to get started, and from get started, simply copy this command. All you need to do is you have to make sure that Node is already installed in your computer. We have done many other videos in this series, so you have to watch those videos also so that you can understand how to install Node, how to get started. But let's see from beginning. So you just have to copy this, and then we can go in any folder where we want to create our project, and in this folder we are going to run the command prompt. Here we will simply write npm create white at latest. This is one way. If you want to use VS Code, so in VS Code also you can use the terminal to make it happen. Okay. So so we are inside the terminal. In the same directly we can write something like this to. Now we are inside the E React 24 folder. Here also you can do the same thing. So here also we are in the E React 24 folder. In your case it can be any other folder, and just run this. Okay. Once you have run this, you have to give your project name. So let's say my project name is React BS, which stands for Bootstrap. So I have written React BS. Now it is asking you to select from arrow keys like what framework are you going to use, whether you are going to use Vue, Vanilla, React. So we are going to use React. Okay. And again, what variant are you going to use? We are going to use JavaScript. Now we will get inside CD React BS, that is Bootstrap, and in React BS we will do npm install to install all the dependencies or packages. We'll wait for it. It has installed that, and now we can do npm run dev to see how the application is looking. So we can copy this URL and we can simply go to any browser where we can paste it, and you can see it is coming. This default application is coming. At this moment everything is fine. Now using our Visual Studio Code, we will go inside that folder. Inside that folder we have the index.html file. Okay. So index.html file is the important thing for us, because here a lot of whatever we are seeing there is from index.html file. Here you can see an element with id root is there. Okay. And it is linking with src main.jsx, which we already discussed in previous videos. So in src folder there is main.jsx. This main.jsx is rendering app. Okay. Which, and what is app? App is importing content from app.jsx, which is the JavaScript XML file. So in add.jsx you can see all our HTML code is there, or JavaScript code is there. Okay. So this is what is happening right now. Now here is index.css also. So for index.html there is index.css also. Okay. Whatever we have. Now in order to use Bootstrap, what we have to do is uh, we just have to go to Bootstrap, and in Bootstrap you have to copy the CSS. Okay, we have copied because we mostly want to use Bootstrap CSS, and you can use the JS also. And we will go inside. This is one way of doing this. Obviously there are many other ways, we will discuss all of them later, and we can simply copy this CSS link here. Okay. And in your closing tag just below this script, we can include the JavaScript file. So these two files that we got from Bootstrap official website, we will copy here. Okay. So after copying the CSS file and after copying the script file, you can see that when now we will load our website, you can see nothing much has changed. This has not been changed because when you will go to your app, you will see the index.css and app.css, which are by default written by, when you create React app with Vite. So these two come in your system. Okay. If you have to change them, so what we are going to do is we will delete them entirely. Okay. Don't worry about it. We are just deleting them, but we will use them later. When you will delete them, you will see the design has been changed. This design has been changed because now it is reading Bootstrap. Okay. When you will press Ctrl plus U, you will see the source of your web page. You will see that your link and your script are there. Now, what happens with Bootstrap is they have already written CSS for you, many such classes. So if I remove min from here, so you will get the unminified version and you will see all these codes are already written. Okay. Thousands of lines of code are already written for Bootstrap CSS and Bootstrap JS JavaScript. And what happens here is, for example, BS blue, this color code, BS indigo, this color code, and HR will have this margin, H6 will have, H1 will have this margin. This is the class. This is H6, H1, H2. If you will type BG here, okay, so you can see BG primary, BG secondary. So what you can do is you can go to the official Bootstrap website, and in official Bootstrap website you will see a lot of documentation. Okay. So for example, we want to see colors, so we are using Bootstrap 5 here. Okay. Bootstrap has different versions. You can use, we are using 5.0.2. You can also use 4.6 if you are familiar with it. Whatever version you are familiar with, you can use that. Now let's say we want to know about these colors. So if you will simply write color here, okay, and search it, so you will see, so BG primary will give us this color, BG secondary will give us this color by default. We don't have to write anything. By including this file in head and footer, by including these files, so you can see by including these files, all of these things will be automatically inherited. Now div id is equal to root is there. Okay. And below that we have a script. Okay. And in app dot, uh, you have to go to app.jsx. You will see this is the function of app. So this app is returning these logos and everything. What we will do is we will again, this is our div. Okay. Then a heading and then a card. Okay. If you will go to your current website, so you have the logos, the heading, and your card which is showing you the count. Okay. So what we can do here is we can get rid of these things. We will just leave these divs, but we will get rid of the logo, we will get rid of the heading, we can get rid of this card also, and we can get rid of this paragraph also. Okay. And we will just leave this div. This is our main tag, and inside the tag we have created our div. So whatever designing we will do in app.jsx will appear on our main website, because in our main JSX using the strict mode, this app is called. Now let's go to Bootstrap. You can see currently everything is empty because we have not written anything. Okay. So if you will go to your app.jsx and write anything, by the way, these things that we are discussing right now, We are considering that you have already watched some of our basic React videos, getting started videos. So whatever app.jsx, main.jsx, whatever names we are taking, uh, we are considering you already know that. If you have not watched those videos, I will suggest you to go you in the timeline that we have, in the playlist that we have. I will suggest you to go to those videos and see. Let's say Slidescope React, whatever you want to write, and it will appear here. Okay, so this means that Bootstrap is running and our app is also running without any error. Now, what we have to do next is we have with Bootstrap there are many examples. Okay, so in Bootstrap, whatever version you are using, there are many examples. These examples have pre-made sections or pre-made, you know, designs that you can use. For example, when you build a website, okay, when you build a website, let's say this is your web page. Okay, let's say this is a web page. So in the web page you have a header. Let's take a rectangular. So this is, let's say this is our web page. So in your web page you have a header and you have a footer. Okay, these three elements are there, which always, these are repeated in all the pages. Okay, so these are repeated in all the pages. Your header, which contains your navigation bar also. Navigation bar is the menu. Okay, so header and footer. I will give you a simple example. So this is also something that has been created with the help of Bootstrap. Okay, now what is the benefit of using Bootstrap? If I press Ctrl Shift I, now I am inspecting this website. Okay, and we have selected our device here. Let's say we want to see iPhone SE or we want to see Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, whatever device you want to see. Let's say 75. So in this device you can see the design has become responsive. If you want to view users, okay, you can see the view users. If you want to see dashboard, you can see. Obviously some pages are still being optimized, but if you are adding a user, you can see, right? If you are viewing or adding an order, you can see. If you want to view orders, okay, so from here if you will go to view orders, you will see that obviously there is a lot of detail, that's why it is not optimized, but we are going to optimize that later. But the thing is, here in this website, this part, okay, the header, and this part, the footer, and even the sidebar remains the same. Okay, whatever page you will see, you will see that the header, the sidebar, everything remains the same. Okay, and by by this your design comes, like whatever is there in this section is only changing. Let's say we are viewing YouTube. Okay, so in YouTube also you see, let's say if I click on something, let's say trending, okay, so you will see that this will not change, only section here will change. Okay, shopping, you can see this is not changing. Sports, the only thing that is changing here is this part. So this way many websites are built. Okay, your header remains the same, footer remains the same, so same pattern. So from Bootstrap you will get these things, like in Bootstrap you will get headers, you will get the hero section, that is the main section, intro section, features, and they have also built custom components like albums, pricing, the checkout page, product page. So you can go and have a look at it, even pages with graphs in them. Okay, you can see. So all of this you can see, and like if you will click, obviously this menu is fixed. Okay, so these type of designs are already there, because this is just a tutorial for beginners. So what we are going to do is we are going to take some header examples, and we are going to see whether in our website we can display some headers or not. Okay, so go to headers and pick any header example that you like. Okay, you can pick this header. Here you can see you have one section here, one section over here. This is double header, that means above you will see some options, your top menu, then your branding and your search bar. You can see this is also looking good. Okay, so let's say we want to build something like this. So what you have to do is, let's do inspection, and I will just copy this class. Again, there are a lot of ways of doing this, but I'm copying this class. I will press Control U, Control F, and select for that, search for that. Okay. So on searching the same classes, we found this header. Okay. So you have to copy this entire code, header, from header to this header. Again, there are a lot of ways of getting this header file. So you can go to ChatGPT and say generate a header for educational website using Bootstrap 5. Okay, so what it will do is it will create the entire code for you. So there are a lot of ways of doing this. Even you can, if you have an image in mind, right, like you have a Figma file or something, so you can do that. You can see it is generating the header with logo or different type of things. Okay, you can change the name and other things. So when you have that header copied, let it generate. So when you have that header copied, now that header in itself is not part of your app, because part of your app is my content. This is the middle part of your app. Okay, this is the body part, like this, your content, every page content. So this is page content. Okay, that means when page will change, this page content will change, but this header will not change. So what we are going to do is, we are going to create a component. As you are already following this series, if you have not, you can go back and watch that series where we have discussed about components. So components are something that, there are functional components and class based components. Components are something that we put, that are part of your page. So in src, we will create a new folder and we will call it components. Okay, we can call it anything, but I am calling it components. And in components, I will create a new file which I will call it header.jsx. Okay, this is going to be our header file. So we have created header.jsx and we have used this. Before using it here, there is one important thing that you have to understand, and that thing is, that when Bootstrap will give you some code or some example code, so either you can add in your prompt, in your chat GPT prompt, give header for React website using Bootstrap 5. So it will give you like that. If you have got it like this, you have to understand that because React is using JavaScript. In JavaScript, class is a reserved keyword. So instead of class, you have to use class name. Okay. So what you have to do is, we will simply copy this, Control F, and we will replace it with class name. N is capital. Replace all. Okay. So I'm doing it was, yeah, now replace all. So all 23 occurrences have been replaced. Every time we have class name. These classes are, classes of Bootstrap itself. For example, BG dark means the background is going to be dark, and the text in that particular, div or container will be white color. Okay, div class name container means the width will be a little bit width will have little bit margin from left and right. Okay, class name deflex, flex wrap, align item center, justify content center. These are all to justify the content. So whatever you are seeing here, obviously we will discuss about Bootstrap in a different Bootstrap classes or Bootstrap classes and Bootstrap, CSS. We have a different video series, but here you will understand just how to do all of this stuff. Okay, and once you have that, like, you will have your home, your speedometer, your table, your grid, your people, your such everything. This we will change later. So this is how it is going to be. And here svg class name is equal to bim. This will be displaying the image, that bootstrap image. Use xlink href bootstrap. So this svg file is actually displaying the image. Okay, so all of this we will simply copy it, and then we will put it inside here. Okay, like this. Input type is equal to search. As you can see, JSX element has no corresponding closing tag. So in HTML, if the element has no closing tag, you can deal with it. But here you can use a closing tag like this. Okay. So if you, so in the same line you can close it, or you can write a corresponding closing tag. Make sure you are not seeing any red lines or any type of errors. And now what has happened right now is our header is created. Okay. Now what we have to do is, inside our app.css. Okay. First thing that we can do, either inside our app.css, we sorry, app.jsx, we can call this. Okay. Or second thing that we can do, we can go inside main.jsx, and here the app component is called. Okay, which will display our main component, and here we will display header. Okay, so we have to write it in capital H, header. Then you have to close it here. Okay, and when you will do this, it will not work. Okay, let's go to our site. This is still not working. Why? Because yes, we have declared the header, yes, we have called it here. Okay, but we haven't imported it. So what you have to do is, you have to header import header from, and then you have to write dot forward slash components, and in components we have header.jsx. Okay, let's save it. So this will not work, because from your header.jsx, although you have called it, although everything is done properly, but you are not exporting anything. Okay, if you remember our previous videos, when we were discussing about customer card videos, I will put the video description link also. So when we were discussing this, so from this chapter you must remember that we should export this, then only it will be displayed. For this, we used to run a simple command, RAFCE. Okay, and this will create this for us. This will create this arrow function for us, and in this arrow function we will copy the entire header part. Okay, so with this simple RAFCE, let's try and put this and save. Okay, so inside your return, we are returning this header and exporting default header. And here you can see, we can see the header. Okay, although the design is looking a bit weird, we'll check what is the reason. And here you are seeing your content. Okay, the content that you just wrote in your app.jsx. Okay, you have written the content. If you want to show the content in center, so you have bootstrap classes like text center BG, let's say BG warning is a orange color, P2, that is padding 2. Let's see, you can see the content is now in center with padding 2. Okay, now why are these icons not appearing? Because here we can see the icons are also there. Okay, so if you will inspect this, you will see it's a svg di block auto and all. So we have to check if other libraries are also used. Okay, so if you will go up, you will see that uh, they are using Bootstrap, they are using icon. Okay, and favicon is something that they are using differently. So favicon is something we don't have to worry about. So here if you will see, these are svg. So home speedometer table, this seems to be the same way, like home speedometer table product grid. So they are using this. Okay, so since they are using this, so let's try this, copy this. Okay, and this is inside body. Okay, so this is inside body. So anything that is inside body we will copy from here. Okay, and since we have to use it with header every time, so just above header we will paste it. Okay, and what it is saying, and you always have to write it inside a parent element. So let's create a parent element like this. Let's create a div here. Okay, so this div will be our parent element, and inside div we will paste this, and after header we will close that div. So you cannot write directly. Every time you have to write inside a parent element. So this is our parent element. These are the SVG files. This is the header. Okay, let's see whether we are able to see that. Okay, let's check why it is not appearing. So everything else seems to be fine. That our header is appearing. Obviously the page is responsive. All those things are there, but icon is not appearing. So this is again in this case when I selected this header. So all I need to do is by, because this is home. Okay, so home will take you to default URL and you will see. Okay, and dashboard will take you to something like dashboard. Okay, so something like this we have to do. So we have to change this, and how is it happening is use xlink href speedometer. So it is going to use this particular use tag, is going to get this svg file which has hashtag speedometer, which I have simply put in body part of our index.html just to test. And here you can see it has id home, it has symbol. So whatever symbol has id speedometer will be displayed there. Okay, so in our header, so id with speedometer will be displayed with width and height of this. Okay, so I'm going to simply change this code. I did some changing, like home will take us courses, about, contact. Okay, so if you are building an educational website, these pages will be there. So let's paste it here, and after pasting it, let's see, you can see the icons are now appearing. Okay, icons have started appearing. Now the final problem that we have is this icon, these icons are not appearing white. Okay, so obviously we have removed the lower part of this code, and but these icons are not appearing white to us. Okay, because to do that we have to write some CSS, and the CSS is svg.bi. Okay, because svg class is bi. Okay, bi. So svg.bi fill whatever color. Let's say we want to display this color or whatever. Let's say we want this color. Okay, so this color. Let's save it and let's see. Yeah. So this way, whatever we were seeing here, okay, as a header. Obviously, you can add these things also, which we will discuss later. So anything in your header that you can copy from Bootstrap and you can start displaying here. Okay, and you can see it is appearing like this. Here you don't see the nav, the nav toggle bar. Like if it is a mobile screen, like we are viewing for mobile screen, it is not showing us that toggle bar. By toggle bar I mean this. Just a minute. For example, we are here, so this is a school ERP. Here you can see, you know so this type of toggle button should be there in menu, which we were seeing in our CRM application as well. So everything related to this and more about working with Bootstrap in React, you know, we will discuss in the next part. And if you similarly, you can create a footer also, and that we will discuss in the next part. Thanks for watching the video. See you in the next part.